I don't know if your name is Cliff, sir, or you feel like jumping off a cliff. Something has to do with rainbows. Okay, let's find out. I can love myself. I will. This is also, look at the Jimmys and rainbows, and hey, that's what I get from this. It could be a cliff, a gym. I mean, is this the only way that I'm gonna wind up thriving? Do I have to become gay? Are you a scientist? I went to college. Yeah, I have my defenses on. I feel like I'm getting attacked. Are you targeted? I'm being approached non-stop. Something's up here. Everywhere I go. It's forced. You can tell that these people are being sent to you. I feel California, but I made a mistake. I did. I guess you left a good woman, or you allowed a good woman to leave. Truth. Okay. God damn, I wish she never left. I wish I never left. Alright. Now, I don't know if you actually engaged in a relationship. Ben, Sean, Blue, RN. She could have been a nurse. Rem, Raul. Alright. Blair, Snare. Rules. Okay, that's what I'm gonna go with. Ban. And NX. I don't know if that means something for anybody, but. Oh. Okay. Oh my God. Is this how it is now? Are those of you men who feel like in the past, or you currently are, being forced, or I'm being targeted for gaydom? Yeah, it's everywhere I go though. I'm noticing, are they sticking shit in the food? Everywhere I go, I'm seeing men who are, they appear to be strong men until they speak. And you're paying attention to see if these men even feel comfortable. This doesn't go right. The movements, this looks like a gay man in training. That's what somebody actually said. Like, they're being prepped. And what's happening? Are they going to school for this? Is this a college? Do they have a college for being homosexual? Everywhere I go, it's rainbows and this and LGBTQ and IR and how far down the line does that go? And what is this doing to kids? This is a huge concern for the future. So what is it? If I now with the band, you could have a platform too, or something like that, or a show where Cameron, where you're concerned. If I go against the rules, period. It seems like the biggest rule though is no men with women. That's what a lot of people are realizing. I'm known for breaking the rules. I break a lot of rules. It's how I got to where I'm at. But this feels like a rule that is so set in stone that you will be banned from YouTube, banned from Instagram, banned from networks. What do we do now? And with the satellite, you could be realizing that they actually are attacking certain people through satellite. I was blind to this before. Yeah, I didn't realize. And now this is being indecisive before. Or maybe you didn't want to see the truth. You know, my eyes won't let me not see it. Yeah, we're being targeted. What happens though when all of those men who refuse to conform to this rule stand up? Yeah, there are some men who targeting children, right? What am I condoning to? Okay, this isn't just me saying, okay, I'll keep my mouth shut, or let me act gay. Some of you were acting it, or you were trying to play both sides and shit like that, and they send people to watch you. Yeah, you get handlers. And this isn't even about religion anymore. And they put the thing religion, that's done. I feel like religion is this. There could be some people who want you, I feel like, if you have a platform, it could have been more focused on truth telling. And there's somebody here who has no problem speaking the truth, but when it comes to this, it seems like, what is going on that this is such a big deal? Can I live on a planet with no women? And look at the planet now, and there's actually less natural born women on it than there ever was, and look at the chaos that is going on. I'm not a big fan of them because of my personal experience, but I'm a man I see it clearly. What's next then? Am I going to be conforming to the targeting of children at that point? Does this mean it's not just even being gay? It's something so dark I can't even fucking fathom being a part of this shit anymore. This is what I would say. You may have to change your life a little bit. Your lifestyle may change. I would take some money out of the bank, get a safe, get a gun, multiple if you don't have any, and protect. I would remove all of your money from institutions and keep it on you at all times. And then this is what I believe. When the universe knows, because the universe is not going to go for this shit. I feel like we can see clearly that there's some other force that's forcing things to happen. Yeah, cold. You're also realizing how cold of a world we live in, or how cold it's gotten. Do we need that warmth from women? And it's not necessarily a woman thing. It's a feminine thing. It's an empathy. But for some reason, we put it more towards women. This is why they say gender doesn't matter with this. I don't get too deep into that shit because you'll wind up reading 2 cards for 45 minutes just trying to appease every side. I don't do that. You know whether it's for you or not. But Spectre and Christian. Just as child sacrifice here. It's difficult to ask. What do? You ask somebody? You have some friends who are elites. They are past elite. What's the definition of elite? Are you elite? What is the actual definition of somebody that's considered elite? A group or class of persons considered to be superior to others because of their intelligence, social standing, or wealth. Fuck that. That's what I say. This is becoming an issue. It's saying that there are people who are beneath them, beneath me if you are one, because there are people questioning this now. They keep the elite separate, supposed elite, separate from the rest of the world, so you don't have any idea what's really going on in the rest of the world. And when you leave this commune is what it feels like. It feels like a covert Waco when it comes to being more special than everybody else. If nobody stands up and says something, how dark does this go? Do I now become right? Well, if you're swimming with the sharks with this shit, is it eventually going to happen where am I going to be consumed by this because this isn't who I am? Yeah, did you get threatened or something like that? You made enough money and you have enough money in things where you'd be okay for the rest of your life if your show got shut down or your channel, or you have investments or stocks, or you were just smart. And there has to be lawyers who know about. There's no fucking way that you worked your entire life, you paid for your homes and your vehicles, and then somebody is going to just come around with some documents and a fucking badge saying that they're so-and-so, saying, well, we're going to take this from you. For whoever's making, Rory, there's a few people now making these guns, for these debilitating guns. You're not supposed to use them on good people. Okay? Make sure you're not using these things on people who are set pretty soon to gain a lot of wealth, and they're the people who just give money out. Sabotaging a blessing. They may not look like a blessing now, but that's how you know your character gets judged. Now, right. No, I said that right. Yeah, your character, you every day tested, whatever. I'm not sleeping. Am I too concerned about the money? And I'm not concerned. I'm picturing some of you had childhoods where you were in pretty difficult situations and you were that child hoping someone would come save you, and somebody did come save you, or you wouldn't be where you're at now. Yeah. It's worrisome. Am I even allowed to be a loving man? What the fuck? Louis Vuitton. It could be one of those things where I don't even care, man. Somebody with a lot of money went into a thrift store or a consignment shop recently, and the shit that you got in there, it actually reminded me of, I had memories popping up, you know, of whether it was exes who wore that type of shit, or you're thinking about the 80s and the clothing, and how does the machine, everything is a machine. I'm feeding the machine that doesn't feed me back. It doesn't feed my soul. That's a big deal to a lot of you now, which is great. It's time to put on a different hat. And this would be just being who you are. You're a giver. It almost feels like people with money are being threatened not to even help other people. There's a lot of conviction happening right now, which is amazing. It needs to happen. It's just getting to be too much. Is there even really a system? Is this a belief? How deep does belief go? This could have been an idea, because we're all creators with imagination. Everything is a thought, and then you imagine it, you feed it, and then it becomes something, right? So let's stop feeding the fucking beast. Let's stop feeding this thing, and then maybe this whole belief that there even is a system will go away. How deep does this us being sovereign beings go? K.E. Julian? I am just the men and women that are elites, I feel like are feeling awkward about, not guilty, but I think that some of you, I don't know how you're experiencing this, but you know that there are men and women who are working their asses off and they're barely getting by. And some of you, I'm not saying that what you do for a living isn't difficult, but there's something happening where you're realizing that the shit is completely off balance. Do I deserve, for what I'm putting into this, to make this type of money? I mean, I have to be honest with myself. I say that this and that is a problem, and is it really a problem, or do I just not know what else is going on in the rest of the world? So it doesn't seem like, it seems to me, if you're, let's just say you're an actor or you're in the industry and you touring and having to locate from state to state or country to country is your biggest fucking problem, right? It's your biggest problem. And then when you have nothing else in your life to compare that to, that is your biggest problem. We can't even not, it is. But now you go back to the neighborhood that you came from or the country that you came from, and you see the problems that are arising there. Now it doesn't seem like such a problem. So it's a big deal what you're actually comparing it to. HR, K-E-I-M and H-R. Moving sucks, right. And I'm not, I don't want people to think that I'm knocking it at all. It's one of them things where it's an experience, right? I feel like I'm in a fucking time loop. Is that what somebody says? A time loop. Like, we're just stuck in this now. There's no progress in the world. I'm progressing. For some of you, you're progressing. And then you're being shown or placed in situations to see what's really going on. And for those of you who still have blood running through your veins and you still have a soul, it's bothering you real bad, because they're showing me people who, when they're by themselves, actually are crying, and you're not the type of people that cry a lot. The most common lay word for penis in Persian. See gay, furry, faggot, wow, Warcraft. Right, I'm even seeing video games. I saw on YouTube the other day, it's when they go onto the video games and shit, even the movies and the shows, it's being forced down our throat. This should be the kind of thing that's an actual choice. And who the fuck is behind this shit? Who are the masterminds? Because is it the networks? Right? Or are there people in the networks, producers and directors and shit, and even in the industry being pushed out so that people that will push this agenda, what am I going to be forced to put another guy in the ass at some point? Or I'm going to be homeless? Yeah, it's going to be a big change here. And people that know you have the power, you have the money to do it. Maybe you're realizing the universe gave you this money and this power so that you can make change. Not to be the adversary. Love you. I'm proud of you. Bye-bye.